cut back to Mara and Bree. That's okay. We can go to that. I'm gonna go back there. You guys have had your little heart-to-heart. Mara has picked out her dress, and you hear a knocking on the door. Bree! Bree, can I speak to you?
Okay. I'll step out.
Mara stays in the room and sits awkwardly in silence.
Yep, you just sit on the thing.
Well, the cat's with her, so the cat's probably hopped on next to her.
Yeah.
Like, hi there.
Yeah, Robin, like, pulls you aside, and it's like, so I heard that you ditched? And, like, they said that this wasn't the first time that you didn't show up to class.
Snoop.
What is going on?
And Bruce is like, oh crap, I thought the room was supposed to call Dad.
Pull that divorce card for the
Dang. What time of day is it?
What
time.
Yeah.
I will say that it's like
Gonna get
kind of late afternoon.
After school?
Yeah, it's after school.
Okay. What? No, that's not true. Like, they just don't... Sometimes they just don't see me for some reason. Like, I don't know if it's just that, like, I always sit in the back or whatever, but, yeah.
You tell me, is this, do you normally lie to your parents?
Well, I mean, she did a lot, because of, Jordan. She had an affair with Jordan, so she lied a lot. I think, like, she got away with it for a long time because her mom was, like, in a type of depression where she didn't care. But I don't know if she's, like, starting to come out of that sort of thing.
Okay.
Where?
Mm-hmm. She's just, like, kind of, like, holding her brow. And she's like, oh, gosh, I don't know what to think until, like, look, your teacher's called and we're gonna have parent-teacher conference tomorrow. So until this is all straightened out, I'm sorry, but you're grounded.
You have no... What? But it's not even true. And, like, you don't even have, like, actual, like... proof or anything, and you're just gonna like give me this.
Look, and we can
That's
get.
not fair.
Look,
Mom.
I'm sorry. I want to believe you, but this is just a bunch of weird stuff. You know, I heard that one of the students is missing. Like, I'm sorry. Well,
she's not missing anymore.
What are you talking about?
We found her after school. I just went out to the woods to talk to Mara and we found her.
What are you doing looking for bodies?
I wasn't looking for her. She's alive.
Look, this is getting out of hand. Look, you're grounded until our parent-teacher conference tomorrow, and that's final.
Oh, happy up here.
And she just goes, oh, whatever your mother says.
She just knows that's like being trolly on purpose.
whatever your mom says. It's just like, dips the tea bag.
Mom, this isn't fair. Can't you at least like wait until you decide something after the parent-teacher conference to ground me?
Well, we're not open to discussion. Walk Mara out, and then...
Okay, fine. I broke up with Vince, okay? A couple days ago. And he... She probably like wipes off a bit of her makeup that was hiding the bruise, and then she punched me in the face.
What?
Here, stay away from him.
Do this for me. This is gonna be kind of weird. But I feel like...
Mara has her ear pressed to the door listening to this whole conversation like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
I feel like with what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your mom on the same level as you. So for the purposes of that, roll for high.
Okay.
We only got 4 stats. We gotta stretch it.
Wow, don't you?
Okay.
Emotional manipulation.
To your mother's eyes, you break down, essentially. You tell her about Vince and the exchange that you guys have, and then she looks at you. The only way I can describe it as how a mother would, and just that internal instinct, knowing when their child is sad, or when they're just deeply emotional. And so she like sits down with you. She's like, okay, yeah, just tell me what happened. When did you and Vince break up?
A couple days ago. That's last Tuesday.
Yeah, boys are rough.
It's just like rough.
Feelings.
Okay. Fine. I mean, I can see that you're all torn up. You know, that you need time and you just need some fresh air. We're still going to the parent-teacher conference. You can go out with... She looks back at your door. Mara. Just promise me, no boys.
No boys.
No boys, just your boys.
Just your boys?
Your boys. We got you, my guy.
Alright, and like she holds you and she's like, okay, you take care, okay?
Okay.
And she kisses your forehead and hugs you and then lets you go back to Mara. Mara, what have you been doing this entire time?
Well, I think at a certain point you're just playing with, it was Lulu, right? Or Lemon?
Lulu and Lemon.
Right.
Lulu and Lemon. Also, Lemon is a great name for a cat. I'm not gonna lie.
You named them after those leggings, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so she's hanging out with the cat. I believe the one is named Lulu, the little calico. And she suddenly remembers that she's not gonna go straight home for the first time in 2 years, at least, maybe even longer. And so she goes to her phone that she only uses to look at Twitter, or whatever we actually call Twitter in this universe, and
Chirper.
text her parents. So she's gonna send your mom a text and be like, by the way, I'm going to a dance tonight, in that tone. Just, by the way, I'm going to a dance tonight. No emojis.
Dot.
No punctuation. Just clapped on there.
This is not a ransom note.
Yeah.
So,
And I imagine, like, you don't have to roleplay because I don't want to waste up time there. But I imagine that her mom would call up right away and be like, what? Are you okay? What's happening? And then she'd have to explain herself what's going on. And then her dad would be in the background of it being like, what's happening? You know, just make it like a bigger mess and she
yeah. So,
Jack starts complaining louder.
don't worry. We'll make this quick. But I'm just super excited about this. What happens is you text your mom. You're like, I'm going to the dance or whatever, and then like literally immediately after, you don't even see the 3 dots. of it just typing, you see the oh my gosh, and just like a bunch of heart emojis, and then she calls you, and then she's like, oh, you got a date? Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Oh, and like you hear in the background, it's like, what's going on? And she's like, Mara has a date. No, she doesn't. It's like, yes, she does. She just told me right now.
No, listen to Dad, okay? Listen to your husband. He's
Like, you need to send me pictures. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna look so cute. You guys are going to your this is your first dance. This is your first dance, isn't it? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What's your dad's name?
Okay, so my mom's name is Judith Abrams Carter. She's a social worker in charge of Jordan's case, so we're kind of buzzed that way. My father, his name is Edmund Carter. And so he's a rancher, and so he's also rather an intellectual man. He fancies himself as an intellectual.
What she talking about looks like down from his glasses and his books on theoretical physics.
Yeah, he's not that you could see this.
Yeah, she's very like yoga. She's a yoga mom. That's what she is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Like, not that you can see this, but for the theater of the mind, what the camera sees is just like, Edmund is just like kind of like, he's in the paper. Just like kind of like sitting like they basically they're like sitting like about 10 feet like away from each other, so you can hear them like yelling at each other from across the room, even though they can easily just walk up to each
hear
other.
Your dad's voice get closer as your mom starts like shaking his rocking chair. His
Like-
looks quiet, Jimbo.
No, Ed, she's telling the truth. She's going with a nice little boy. Oh, what's his name?
Gabe.
Oh, you're going out with Gabe, and Ed was like, going out with Gabe.
Who's Gabe?
They would know Gabe though.
Yeah. No, they know who Gabe is.
They know
That's
Gabe.
why he's like
Yeah.
super like going out with Gabe.
No.
That scrawny little whelp, and he's just like, oh, Ed. And just like they're just like doing like, you've seen this 100 times, just like this exchange, and like that's when
Hold on, Mara wants to say something.
yeah.
Mom, don't harass him. He'll have another heart attack. Okay, you gotta calm down.
Who Ed will be fine. Ed-
I mean, she doesn't say this. She's like, well, I guess I'm not with him, so yeah, he'll be okay. Won't have another heart attack or whatever. Okay, I guess Dad'll be okay.
She'll be fine. Ed, are you okay? Did you check your cholesterol? Did I check my what? Did you check your cholesterol? Yeah, I checked it yesterday. You're supposed to check it every day. No, I'm not. It's like every day you're so.
Am I interrupting? Can I just go? I don't know.
Like during this exchange, that's when Bree walks in, and you very comfortably, if you want to, I don't want to put actions. You could just like hang up.
No, I'm saying Rika's gonna come in. Mara's gonna see you be like, oh good, it's for you.
Who is it? Hello?
Say hi, Aunt Judith. You're not.
Oh, hey, Judith. It's Bree.
Hello? Oh, Bree! How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna be Mara's second date to the dance.
What? She's going with Bree! Going with who? With Bree! No.
No, she's not.
You're crazy.
So like, oh my gosh, you guys have fun. Oh, send me pictures. I want to see you guys in your cute dress. And like, Edmund's like, she's going in a dress. Of course she's going in a dress. Never seen her in a dress. Oh, it'll be fun. She's probably borrowing one. Borrowing and just like this
Keep
whole
going back.
awkward back and forth of just your mom exclaiming, your dad never understanding.
Or at least always trying to debate her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my family. They're so energetic.
Alright, so you have dressed picked out. You wipe off some of the tears off of your face, fake or real, however you want to see them.
And then she'll reapply some of her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So hang on, I need to fix this really quick.
Right, and then I will say that you guys will be. Oh, sorry. You. What did you say, Mara?
I was asking her if she's okay. But she's
It's fine. My mom just almost grabbed it.
Oh,
I had to tell her about events and for her not to.
oh. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get out of here before she can change her mind.
Sure, yeah, let's, where do I put my clothes?
You can leave them here.
Okay. Can I borrow a coat?
Sure. So let's go through her jam-packed closet and like, here's a coat.
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
They have choices.
Let's take them.
Okay.
So then once we're out the door, then she'll call Jordan.
Okay. You can call Jordan right now.
Hey, so we're on our way. Where are you guys?
Oh, we're like in the middle of a meadow picking flowers. Cause
The meadow?
no, it's not our meadow.
Okay.
It's a different one.
Okay.
There's what's this flower called again? Ollie?
Nothing special.
It's
I
like
just wanted it. Ollie has been dancing around the name all night. She's been calling it different things like Monk's Hood and then Archeas or whatever, and she's just been dancing around it. It's hard to nail down exactly what she's getting. She's like, I'll just keep an eye out for something purple. Just something purple. It's no big deal, it's just something purple. Oh wow, it's getting dark. Purple. Find it!
Anyway, Ollie wanted a purple flower, so we went to one of the meadows by her place, in between her place and my place, and now we're going to go to my place.
We'll be at his place soon!
Oh crap, I forgot something. She runs back to her house. And then she goes for Alma. It's like, man, Alma like trying to actually kind of chill. It's like, what do you know about werewolves?
Werewolves.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen any werewolves. Why do you think you saw a werewolf? Well, werewolves usually don't reside around here.
I mean, we found one of my classmates as we've been kind of torn up.
Oh.
For the record, I can't hear anything that is being said.
Oh, sorry. We're trying to have her speak kind of quietly.
Lean into the mic.
Stage whisper.
Stage whisper. They'll never notice I'm clicking.
I saw you looking at it, I was like, okay, she's having the same problem.
Like cats, if I put all my weight on this one spot, they won't notice me.
I'll just all go into one corner.
I'm like struggles, but don't look like I'm struggling. Is struggling. Everyone sees it. The struggle bus has rolled into town. Sorry.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and you tell Oma about what you saw with Angie, and just like the claw marks and the deep gashes. And she's like, I mean, that sounds like a werewolf, but you know how. She just kind of flicks her nose. You know how things are. Sometimes they're not as they seem.
I Am I able to catch on to what she means exactly?
Yeah.
Okay. What does she mean exactly?
Um,
It's a long day working.
yeah, basically what she's saying is that, like, it might look like a werewolf, but might not be a werewolf.
Okay, thanks. Digital head out.
Okay. Alright. So we go to Jordan.
Alright, so Jordan's parents are like, he has two dads, and one dad's like a doctor, so he's busy most of the time. I think his name is Victor. And he's the white dad, where he got his last name, Von Hune. And then his other dad is like this half Asian, half black guy named Denzel, who works in the like lab part of the hospitals, so he does like the blood work. So Jordan will often leave, like, Jordan's left alone a lot of the times because his parents both work. And they have a really nice, like, fancy modern-esque house with like, it's square and like white and has big open like, basically like window walls, and then there's this part that just sort of like juts out, and it's like a freestanding extension on like the upper story, and his bedroom is at the back. And he will actually go and like check the cars to see who's home. So who's home?
I will say this time, because it gets it's not late, but it's still pretty early in the day, that I don't think any of them would be home.
Okay, so then he'll just go through the front door. And then the front door has, it's a wider door. It's called like a barn door, is actually what it's called. And then he comes into like basically like a lobby almost. But it's like the room that connects all the other rooms. So like, you know, you got like den.
It's like an open concept type deal.
Yeah, you got
Square
den.
hall, foyer.
Yeah, square hall foyer. You got den to the left, living room to the right. In front of you, there's like the stairway. It's like the stairwell that goes up, and then it expands out into like an open kitchen, dining room area, and there's like a, you know, the walls have like modern art on it, and you can see like the giant, you poke your head into the den, you can see the big giant fish tank. It's like a 50-gallon fish tank that you have with like, you know, all sorts of like colorful tropical fish, and it's the works. You know, it's like the result of years of fish keeping. And then like, yeah, and there's also like, I imagine that there would be different like light fixtures for the fish tank to like show it off. And so like it'll like switch between like purple and red and yellow and white or whatever, just gonna blink through. It's really like, I can see Ollie being like, wow.
Make it red, make it blue. Ah, look at all the colors.
And like I can just see Jordan like clicking through the remote.
Faster.
Wait, just put this thing over here, and like they're just running through the house. It's like, oh wait, don't you have to get ready for the dance?
Oh yeah, I need a tie.
Right. So do you like get your like dad's shirt and tie?
Yeah, like he'll go upstairs to his dad's room, and then he'll just like open up they have a walk-in closet, and then he like will look at the shirts and then be like, okay, well Victor's kinda taller, so we'll pick out like a shirt, and he's like, I guess this one will do, and then he looks through the blazers and picks out a red one, because Ollie said he looks good in red, and that's all he has to go on.
It's my endorsement.
And then he just like gets he looks through the ties and tries to find one that's already in the knot.
So we clip on ones.
You know, and like, cause his, yeah, he'll like take, there's a red one, but it's like not the same kind of red. It's like a darker red versus like a brighter red. And so he'll just be like, well, this is red, and he'll take that, and it's already tied, and then he'll put it on, and just be like, maybe I should wear loafers. I always think of bread when my dad calls them that, and then
The cat's loafers.
and then he'll like try them on and then just walk around to them and be like, oh gosh, this is horrible, they're too small. So then he'll just be like, well, and he tried on a pair of pants, but then it's like too short for him. It's like several inches too short for him. So it's like, all right, well.
Yeah, it goes like mid-calf.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, well, I guess I'll.
The ankle is showing.
So it's just like, he walks out after changing several times and he has on his jeans that he didn't bother. Like, it's not even a fresh pair of jeans, it's the same jeans. And it has like the yellow hiking boot things. And he's like, well, these are comfortable. And I see a lot of red and yellow together. So.
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. Right?
Obviously.
Best combo. And then he like puts on the blazer and then he's just like, yeah, this is good. And he like kind of waves his arms around and he's just like, eh.
Yeah, it's like kind of tight.
It's tight through the shoulders and he's like, okay, I just can't raise my arms. And then he's like, all right, let me try this with the jacket off. He takes the jacket off and then he raises his arms and like the shirt like untucks and he's like, okay, I'm just no punch
One long boy.
I'll just be like this, I guess. And so then I'll put his jacket and blazer on, and then I'll tie his tie. Be like, oh gosh, this is horrible.
Yeah, you like to loosen it
He
up.
loosens it back down, and then he like spends a couple minutes in the mirror being like, thinks about whether or not he should tie his hair back. And like I think he'd spend like a little more time than anticipated, just fussing over his hair.
I think Bree and Mara would show up pretty soon, if that's the case.
Ollie probably is looking around the house at this point. She probably just floats upstairs and eventually just like through the rustling just sort of leans. It looks good. Startling him.
Whoa! And so he's like, you know, it's just the way I always wear it, so I think it works.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and
she
you.
sort of, like,
You
takes
go.
a moment and notices like his house is actually quite nice. She doesn't touch any of the handles, but she just like sort of leans and pushes things with her shoulder or whatever. But there's a point where she's like, "Thanks for going to the field with me," and sorry if my parents were a little bit odd.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
They're not used to guests.
You know, I kind of got that feeling.
Yeah, they really bring me home.
Your dad thought I was, like, gonna date you or something?
Oh,
Or is it a dad? I couldn't tell. It's just like,
Ollie sits there. I suppose. Like, Ollie sits there and she thinks, like, really deeply. There's obviously more context in her head that's happening where she has to sort of navigate that. And she's like, Judy treads the line between that and. But those are just details. But yeah, Dad works. But,
Okay.
you know, it could have just as easily been not, you know? It's a loaded sentence.
he's like, so are they your biological parents?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
They were my mom. Judy's my dad.
That was good.
Yeah. So I will say that you guys walk out and like you immediately see a car in the driveway already, and like of course you guys didn't hear it because you know your parents, your dad have electric cars, so you
Yeah, they would. They would have like the quietest electric cars.
Yeah, and you see Denzel. It's like, whoa, hot tamale. Where's the fire at?
Hey, Denzel, Dad. We're going to the Valentine's Day dance.
Ah, red for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Happy guys.
This is Ollie. She's my classmate. We're gonna meet up with our other classmates.
Alright, I mean, guys have fun. And like he like gets in close to you. Be safe, alright?
Okay, I will, Dad.
Don't talk to Bree.
It's like he turns towards like Ollie. It's like, I want. It's good that you're hanging out with you. Like I've always seen him just hanging out in the woods. I was worried, but.
I mean, well, we wanted a change of pace, and there was a dance, so we're going.
All right, break a leg.
All right, bye, Denzel, Dad.
That's that.
Dee Dee.
Yeah, she just like waves excitedly. Good to meet you.
I'm gonna borrow the truck. And then he like gets in they have like it's probably like they probably got him like this like beat up old truck just so like he wouldn't.
Probably stick shift.
Yeah, it's like it's a stick shift.
Yeah.
They got him this like I don't know like Range Rover or something. Ford Ranger, yeah, and then
Yeah, and like it
it's
like they're like.
it's a functional car,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's not
functional.
super nice. It's
Yeah.
just safe to drive.
Yeah. Like it's
They don't
like
wanna
pretty much their like.
They don't want to
starter
spoil
car.
him too much, yeah.
And like.
Steel?
And like they're in the car, there's like a note, and like you're used to this note where it says don't drive too far, but like that's just because they're super conscious about like the environment and know how bad that old car
Yeah. He's just like, yeah. Alright, so yeah, we drive
Alright.
to the
I will say at this time, unless there's something else that you guys want to do, you guys can all reconvene and you guys can show up at the dance.
That sounds good. Yeah, we can go and pick him up and we can meet him at the dance. And
Yeah.
Alright. So we have
Ballroom blitz.
Alright, so you guys approach at the school. You guys are very much doing like that camera slowly panning over you guys as you guys are walking towards camera, towards the dance. And would you guys like to describe your outfits?
yeah.
Point of going to a dance with you guys.
So I'll just briefly go back over mine. Like Jordan has his hair the way he always has it. He's got on a red blazer that's too short for him. And what color's the shirt? Is it like we'll say it's like
We'll say it's black.
yeah, he just picked a black shirt. And the shirt's also
that is
like
the go-to
Yeah.
for high school prom.
yeah, black. He picked black. He was like, black looks good with everything. And then like it's like slightly also too short for him, so he can't raise his arms. Red tie, not matching red though.
Yeah.
He has his jeans on with his normal
It's like an orange, red.
yeah, orange red tie with like a burgundy like blazer and chunky like hiking shoes.
Timberlands.
All right. Bree, would you like to describe what your dress looks like?
Okay. I'm kind of digging this purple one, so I'm gonna go off that idea. So, yeah, she's wearing the purple halter dress. It's fairly low cut, but she's skinny enough for it to not matter. It's got some cutouts on the side, it looks like. I'm gonna say they have like mesh over them because it would be black. And then yeah, it's about as long as it looks like in that picture.
Yeah, this is about like
Nice.
a little above the knee, a little flowy.
Nice.
Purple.
Show a little skin, just enough skin to show off.
Yeah.
All right. Mara.
Oh my. Yeah, she's wearing the same blue dress from before, and she's wearing a coat over it because it's cold, and she's cold all the time, you know. But anyway, the dress itself, you know, it's like it got short sleeves about here, and it has the two floofy layers. It's really fluffy, so it actually gives her curves, and she's actually more probably straight, you know. and it's like it has 3 ruffles, and it ends like a little high up her, like just above her knees. And she's got these tiny little black shoes that she's wearing too. And otherwise, her hair looks exactly the same. It's still halfway up. She's still got her glasses on, and maybe Bree put some lipstick on her. So she's like, okay, fine. But that's as far as she goes, just some lipstick.
Alright, and Ollie.
Ollie is wearing sort of like an orange and cream dress. It is all. It looks like that. It kind of looks like Renaissance, like what's it called? It's not burlap. It's the soft. It's the soft one. It's
Satin?
like linen.
Silk.
Linens? Yeah, these had a lot of like fine linen back then.
It's like a fine linen or cotton blend, and it's there's like what little green ties like along like the top too, and then like one right that ties at the center under the bust. She has these little bows or whatever, and the dress falls like about to the knee. It's very flowy and fun. She has green little slippers that match the sheer green shawl that she has to sort of like attach at the shoulder. It takes down to what looks like a maple leaf or something like one of those little gray leaves. She has a fake purple flower in her hair with like a little green ribbon. Her hair is, of course, tousled as per usual, just from being her energetic self. And yeah, she's all flowy and fun. No jewelry to speak of. But yeah, it's like the biggest thing, the jewelry she got is the
flower.
fake flower in her hair. It's just
Alright.
cloth flower.
Alright, so you guys walk into the gymnasium.
Yeah.
Oh, the gymnasium of love.
Yeah, I'll stick my arm out for Bree to take. So
Bree will take it.
Yeah.
She's actually kind of excited to like show off her cool boyfriend instead of the lame boyfriend.
Oh, a cool boyfriend.
Yeah.
Super cool boyfriend.
Yeah, and like, Jordan will lean over and say, "I like your dress,"
Thanks, I like your outfit.
and then
We
he'll.
should go shopping for you soon.
Yeah, sure, that's cool. We can do that. Yeah, anything's fun with you. And then he'll like. You said there were little cutouts on the side. He'll like poke the cutout and be like, "I like how your dress has holes."
Just like flinch a little bit because like it tickles. Like yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. In the gymnasium, you see it is decorated in construction paper hearts that line the walls, and there is a string of lights that dangle off the basketball hoops and ceilings. There are balloons tied to the corners of the indoor bleachers, and there's and of course there's music playing. So what do you guys do? Let's see if this is appropriate for like weird club music.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait, what's playing? I can't hear it.
Just ABBA. Just play ABBA.
It's a good
Oh, the dance music.
Sandstorm.
Gosh, okay. Mara is not dancing. She has her little pose, and she's just like watching the throng of dancing teenagers. And she's like, wow, this is kind of terrible. Like,
You got into the car, like, and obviously sat in the back with Ollie. She's like, "You look cute."
thanks. I'm glad you think so.
And at the dress, she's like, "Your dress looks like it's fun for dancing."
I probably will be dancing though.
Won't you? Just like, huh?
We go to dance to dance.
Yeah, what's the point of a dance if you don't dance? Do you know how to
Michael,
dance?
what is the moon cycle?
The moon
This
cycle?
Day? Yeah, like, what is it?
That's a good question.
I will say that it is. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's about it's like half.
Okay, that's fine.
I think Jordan would just have like awkward like arm pop, like arm swish dancing. Like, yeah, and he'd be like, "What are you talking about? I'm already dancing."
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of people just like kind of like awkwardly dancing.
He's like, "I can't raise my arms any higher than this."
And
If you've ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Mara approaching you see very much in like have you seen those like anime Hawaiian shirts or bowling shirts where it's like those like button down like shirts and it has like kind of like it kind of has like the dragon like anime kind of like patterns on it. You see that
cool.
as
I'm about it.
as and like
Own it.
he has like a tie on as you see Gabe approaching and he's like, oh wow, you actually came. And he's just like kind of like
We did.
eyeing you up. He's like, you look great.
So I think it's interesting that you introduced his clothes before you introduced him. So
I'll set the stage, baby.
It's loud. It's loud out.
Mara definitely sees the outfit first. Like, oh, big heck. She feels terribly overdressed. Like she should have just showed up in jeans and plaid like she wanted to actually. But she felt like she should be in a dress or whatever. So she hears the compliment. She's like, oh, you look great. What is that shirt?
Oh, it's Goku.
I like it. Oh.
And Jordan leans over to Bree and is like, "Can I get a shirt like that?"
I mean, if you want it, we can find one.
I think it's cool. It has dragons on it.
That's true. But we can find other dragon shirts too.
Alright, as long as I get a dragon shirt.
Alright.
Yeah, and Gabe is like, I mean, do you? I don't know what you do besides dance. I guess. Do you want to dance?
Actually, I'm not a big fan of music, so I don't know.
You feel this pushed behind you?
Wait, what?
Tiny little hands just brace themselves right at the back of your like little dress belt deal and just push. Yes! And like
Yeah,
this little head forehead. Yes!
And what happens is you kind of topple into like Gabe's arms, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, we can dance." And you
Mara
guys,
will just turn over her shoulder and glare at Ollie like, what are you doing to me?
Hi! It's Dad!
and as soon as you turn towards Ollie and glare, you see another face. You see heavy black bangs over his eyes and a dropped jaw. As he's like, how could you?
We had a moment.
You witch, you charlatan, you running with big words. And like, and Gabe is like holding you, and is just like, oh hey DJ, I thought you were on the mix. He's like, don't you talk about my craft like that. As you guys know that he does mix, hence his nickname DJ.
Okay,
And he like walks into you guys, and he's like, how long has this intermingling of bodies been a thing?
hold on, what is he asking me? I don't know what he's saying.
He's asking how long
Jordan,
has
this
this courtship been happening behind his back when
Oh.
you did so well.
Okay.
Gotta go dance somewhere else.
Yeah, let's get some punch. Pie.
Okay, well, Mara still has have to deal with this. Hold on. So Mara is like, she doesn't really want to let go of Gabe because if she lets go of Gabe, she'll be closer to DJs. She's trying to avoid DJ really hard right now. And we're gonna try and this didn't work too well before, but maybe we could try again with little Mara. She's gonna try and shut DJ down.
Okay. What do you say to him?
Don't really.
No. What do you say to him? And then roll.
Okay, I would just be like, listen, I don't know what goes on in your weird head, but I have never even knew you were in the class. Who are you again? And trying to find some way to like tell this guy off. And like,
Yes.
leave me alone. I
Yes.
don't
want you, Sasuke.
Yes, I'm all about it. All right, roll for cold.
Alright, girl.
Come on.
Okay. That's toasty. Okay, I rolled an 11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shut
As you
down.
see black streams run down his face,
And he runs away.
and he's like, "Don't you know who I am? So cold, so heartless."
I bared my soul to you specifically so you wouldn't know who I am. It backfired.
And he's like, and he looks towards you, and he looks towards your eyes, and you see just like his his bloodshot eyes filled with tears, and he's like, "You're so dark." And then he runs away, and Gabe just kind of has you in his arms, and he's like, "That was weird."
Wait, what?
He was like, "That was weird."
Tell me about it. I saw him earlier and he like put his arm up against me like this.
Oh, like one of those shoujo animes.
Yeah. Okay, out of character, that's called a kabadon, okay? It's called a kabadon. Anyway.
Well, he only watched shonen, so what does
And
he know?
level 3 is the cicada block.
Ooh, the two hands and the feet up there.
Reverse cicada block and
Felt
cold
like.
breaker, that's level 5.
That's what it felt like for little Mara there. But anyway, so Mara finally steps away from Gabe and just like, yeah, I don't know what he has. He maybe smoking something. Drugs, man. Cool kids, man. Let's go over there. She points toward the center of the dance hall, like, fine, let's just do that.
Points at the
Yeah,
skyline.
and he accompanies you. Alright, and so, during this exchange, you guys get punched. You were with, Ollie, you were with Mara, but they like went off, and like as soon as they split off from you, someone else approaches you. You see very much in like kind of like this really deep, kind of like hot pink. You see Cassandra, and she like approaches you, and she's like, "What are you trying to play at?"
What? So I look at her and like, Cassandra, you look great. She's pink, it's bright, she loves it.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, "Don't play dumb with me. I see how Vince looks at you."
Who?
And like she gets like real close, and she's like, "You better watch yourself, right?" And
She's trying to intimidate me or something.
yeah, and like it is just, I'm imagining it's just like it's like not even landing like at all.
Yeah. Ollie's just like,
It's-
you smell nice.
Everything is just
She's too short.
yeah.
She goes over her head.
And Ollie just sort of just like, she's upset with her.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Ollie can at least sense that she's upset, and she's just like, oh, I really wanted to thank you for earlier. She sort of like just like holds out her hands sort of like this to sort of like see if she could catch one of Cassandra's hands, and she's like, oh, I really wanted to thank you for earlier. I had some really important questions and you really helped. And I sense that you're upset, but I'm really grateful for all your help, though. It means a lot to me. She has a string on me, by the way, because I pulled that thing earlier. Anyone I've done it with, string on me immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, look, why don't you just come with me? And we'll have some fun, okay? We'll get this all settled out.
I like fun. And like Ollie sort of thinks for a minute because she remembers what Angie's text said, and she's like, well, it puts me in the proximity of where I ought to be in case there's trouble. Looks for friends. They are obviously not coming along.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she takes you by the hand and she like walks with you, and she's walking towards her drums. And as you guys are walking, literally at a moment, all the lights go out. The lights just shut down, and it's just pure darkness within the dance, and like the music is still going, but you guys all of a sudden hear just like in this still blackness.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.